Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
children of all ages.
bring your hands together for your combatants this evening.
Hertz.
120 hertz.
Not receiving data? What? My own thing stopped? Okay,
Not
okay.
receiving data.
Yeah,
Are you getting?
I'm live.
You're getting data from me, right?
Yeah. It's on. It's on. It is on like
It's
Donkey
on.
Kong. I'm ready.
Make sure I get in.
Who was I watching? JYB,
You're
right?
gonna watch JYB. I'm gonna be watching from viperzz perspective.
All right.
Go.
Here we go, folks. Kicking off round 2, the Global.saDM 1v1 invite tournament. viperzz getting the lucky spawn, getting the belt, but JYB already tagging him in the back a couple of times. Oh, viperzz getting
First blood.
with a headshot. Let's get ready to rumble. viperzz. Uh-oh, am I echoing?
No.
Might be echoing.
Are you?
Yeah, I got dual sound.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Now I fixed it.
Did
Sorry,
you open
folks,
your
if you're
own?
watching from my feed.
Open your stuff.
Well, I had your feed open so I could get the link. For those
Yeah.
of you who don't know, now that we're streaming on YouTube, we actually have 2 cameras up. We have one camera dedicated to JYB from Ravhay. We got one camera. Oh, as viperzz get shot from
Denied.
behind, jumping for the belt. JYB with a deny. I will be watching from viperzz perspective. You can choose which camera you want to watch at any time during the stream. If you don't have it maximized, you look at the top left, there is a couple of boxes, and you can click on the box to switch cameras.
Yeah. One says RAV TV, and I'll be watching JYB. And if you click on mess, the little mess, the M icon, you can watch from viperzz.
So if ever you feel like one of these guys is getting hot, or you want to watch from the other perspective, you can do that.
Or just open them both.
Yeah, there you go. A dual cast as JYB ties it up with that frag, and it's interesting. I knew nothing about viperzz coming into this matchup, and you know, knowing a lot about JYB and seeing how, or hearing how he performed in the first round, I kind of thought JYB would be doing a lot better at this point, as viperzz takes the lead as he gets the belt and the frag. Looking for the follow-up by Armor. Tags him once, but JYB winning the engagement to keep it tied. So he's keeping pace here with viperzz.
Yeah, pretty close game.
What kind of predictions you guys have for this one?
None.
You know,
None.
given nice shot from JYB. And
well,
follows it up with a second.
I had JYB winning this, but
Yeah, if you'd have asked me before this match started, I would have easily said JYB in 2.
yeah, but looking,
watching now,
yeah. It looks pretty even so far. So
I mean, JYB is the type of player where his aim can heat up, but right now, viperzz is completely keeping pace, and he's actually doing a nice job of contesting and getting some of the power-ups. Losing out there at the belt. JYB does pick it up, but viperzz immediately removing it from him. Can he get the frag? No, JYB ultimately wins, and he should get the armor as a result.
yeah, it's getting the
Oh, it looks like he abandoned left. That's
Yeah.
a mistake by
He went for the HP.
Oh,
Oh, so
the
close.
hero mode, dropping down like Batman and getting the frag. Kind of makes up for that mistake that he made. Watching viperzz actually, he's kind of camping the armor. It will be up next, but probably not for a little bit. JYB closing the distance, eating some damage, and gets caught mid-crouch with a headshot. Will win viperzz the armor, and he'll hope to leverage that to get the belt, but JYB is in his way.
And he doesn't
Cuts
care
him
if he
down
has the armor.
I will say those spawns are dead on this map. Double kill. It's one of those like stalwart and Viridian where somebody can spawn behind you.
And we're seeing some fortuitous spawns. Viper's had a good spawn to get the belt, but JYB was there to headshot him and deny it and pick it up as he has jumped out to a pretty sizable lead here. Viper's going to get the armor, but JYB does have the belt and caught sleeping. Sneaks up behind him, but Viper's the 180 headshot. Nice. Still a 5-frag lead for JYB, and Viper slow playing it a little bit. He's going to want to get that next belt, and JYB comes around the corner. Up the elevator. Back down. Picking up some health. JYB's going to hear that health pick up. Oh! Nice little sneak attack from Vipers. And I think Jib's going to get the armor, but Vipers get the belt. JYB coming around from the backside. Nice kamikaze attack from JYB to immediately remove that belt and put Vipers down, but Vipers with the lucky spawn to pick up the armor.
And I just heard that Nuke and Fear are going to play.
Are they playing at this moment?
Well, Nuke said that he wanted to play, but I said, can't you guys like wait?
Yeah,
so we could stream that. Yeah, okay, but
that is a good point. I mean, if they do have schedules to attend to, we certainly understand that. But I'd like to cover that game especially.
Yeah.
I think that deserves a dual stream as well. But if it really comes push down to shove, we could split up. We do see JYB getting a 7th and an 8th frag lead as he picks up the belt and follows it up with the 9th. One more frag and he will be leading by 10. Oh, but Vipers dinks him, removes the belt from his head. JYB coming right at him, being aggressive. Pays the price as Vipers wins the frag, but the spawn kill from JYB, he takes the armor, but Vipers was also spawning in the same spot. So a couple of spawns over at the armor. Vipers is kind of keeping pace, but you know, a 5-frag lead turns into a 10-frag lead. You got to be careful with a guy like JYB. Vipers, I think, is doing a nice job of trying to manage the power-ups, but it hasn't really mattered much as JYB has removed them when he needed to. If your Vipers says, what do you think he needs to be doing at this point?
I think he's playing a little too passive right now. Not really pushing the issue with JYB.
And he leaves the belt wide open, that passive play. Perhaps a bit afraid of JYB's aim at this point. As the Junkyard Boy is, he's heating up. His aim is getting hot. Another close engagement here below the armor. Viper's juking for dear life, and JYB finally puts him down. And also picking up the armor. Vipers hears that, immediately drops down. I'm not sure about this play.
I don't know if I push JYB there. If he's sitting low like that.
And you heard him take the armor, so you can't leverage any health advantage against him. Yeah, this is what he needs to be doing. Play slow and get some vials, perhaps pick up the next armor. But JYB coming around the corner. Guess he heard that vial pickup just too fast.
JYB just has total map control right now. You gotta get that back, otherwise you have no chance.
And just like that, Vipers, reading your mind, says picks up the belt. So it's belt on belt here. In the middle, JYB loses his first. Vipers retreating anyways, as I think he is taking a hit. Waiting for JYB to expose himself. Perhaps also waiting for that armor to come up. Here's the vial pickup. JYB dropping down. Couple shots, misses. Dodges to cover. Lurking is Vipers. Here's that armor pickup. JYB heard it as well and pulls the clutch headshot to win the armor. Ooh.
And a nice...
And the follow-up.
Wow. And another kill. Jeez.
JYB is just on fire right now.
Well, like I said, I don't know if there's much Viper is going to be able to do if he's shooting like this.
Yeah, this was, you know, just to say he needed to be aggressive, that kind of cost him his life 2 times in a row there. Spawn high, immediately dodged low, and JYB was just ready with the one shot.
Yeah, if you're going to be aggressive, you got to be smart about being aggressive, though.
Oh, and finally, Viper's able to utilize that belt to end JYB's streak, but JYB did enough damage to finish him off on the spawn. It's not looking like Vipers is going to be able to string together the number of kills to follow, or to keep pace with JYB here, as he does get a nice headshot there, but also loses most of his armor. Trying to stay with that health advantage is Viper, waiting for the belt to come up again. JYB smelling that out, comes in and frags him with the quickness before he can get the belt. Viper's lucky spawn, but if JYB was nearby, he probably heard that elevator, although he's lurking over at the armor. Oh, comes up the elevator with the sneak attack, crouching headshot, hidden JYB. Man, he's just making it look easy at this point. Viper's twitching his aim around like a madman, just does not know where JYB is coming from, and he's right behind him with the belt. Oh, wow. JYB could have knifed him there.
And disappointed, UT does not have a knife.
Nice exchange. Vipers stringing
together a knife, yeah.
I think 3 body shots and maybe a headshot at the end, yes, to finally put JYB down and in his streak. But it's a 15 frag lead here on the first map. And this is what Vipers needs. He needs to start stringing some kills together. But JYB with a sneak attack again ends any hope of that.
I'm just sitting up again.
JYB winning that exchange, although both of them missing a little bit. A little fatigue here in the middle of this map. 4.5 minutes remaining. JYB up sizably. You're watching the dual stream. If you want, you can watch Vipers. If you want, you can watch JYB. We've got them both. At this point, if you're Vipers, you're hoping.
Like I said, you're gonna have to start pressing the issue in the next minute. JYB's kind of just walking around the map, not putting himself in any dangerous situations.
But denying the armor from Vipers, who is there waiting on it. JYB hears the spawn. Gets the frag. And at this point, it's looking.
Oh, nice shot.
Wow. That was a beautiful deny shot from Vipers. He's going to try to utilize this. Yeah, he's going to try to use this. Oh, JYB did get the belt. Removes it. Nice set of shooting there from Vipers. Here's the spawn. He's at this point, you could tell he's trying to press the issue. He's getting a little frantic, going at JYB as he knows he does have the health advantage, or should. Picks up the armor again. JYB coming at him, being aggressive. Vipers eating this frag to keep his streak going. Gets the headshot. Good shot there. Lead is 13. Under 3 minutes remaining. Oh, he dodges off of JYB. Hits the floating headshot on Vipers. Ending the streak at it. I think it was just 3 frags. And that's the kind of thing that JYB's been doing this entire game. Not allowing him to string frags together.
Looks like JYB's playing a little passive now, too. Just sitting back, waiting for him to come at him. Taking little pop shots from distance.
Yeah, because he does have a comfortable lead, especially given the map. But Vipers did pick up that belt. Just can't seem to hit his shots. Finally putting JYB down, but loses most, or I believe all of his belt, and he's down to 48 health. And that's the kind of thing that leads to losing a map, when it takes most of a belt in your health to get the frag on a man who has none of that. JYB putting Vipers down again. Trying to go for that armor. He's being aggressive, which I think is smart. It's just he can't outfrag JYB.
Fear and Nuke will wait for us. For the stream.
Good to hear. Thanks, Rave.
I have to miss that one. That sucks.
Why? Are you leaving us?
Go play some soccer.
Soccer.
You can always watch the replay later. Oh, nice Twitch shot by Vipers to deny the belt. I don't even know if he knew it was up. That was a beautiful shot. Just under a minute 30. Vipers down by 12. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but he'll have to go hero mode from here on out.
I say he can't let JYB run like that. He's got to get the kill quick, find where he spawns, and get another one.
he does just that.
Like that.
2 in a row. Make that 3 to get on the spree. He hears the spawn. That's a lucky one for viperzz if he can get the kill, but JYB ends the spree. And the belt is going to be up shortly. viperzz picking up the armor. It's under a minute left. Down by 10. Looking like JYB is going to hang on to this one as he's just fighting.
What is he doing?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Just hopping there.
JYB being a ninja. Maintaining that 10 frag lead. He was up to 15 at one point, so viperzz did nearly
what?
but fell off.
Oh my god, he just fell down there. But he got the kill eventually.
JYB was probably laughing so hard he stood still there as viperzz was able to kill him despite falling off and giving up the belt. 20 seconds remaining. It basically in victory lap mode, just kind of coasting. Knows it's basically in hand. There's no chance for him to come back.
Gonna end a lot closer than it seemed, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, viperzz did make a really admirable push towards the end of this map. He did the things he needed to do, you know, getting the belt to try to string some frags together, but JYB aimed just too much. Interesting to see how it translates to Rose, which I think is the second map, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Only 8 frags. It's not a lot.
So,
That's the thing against JYB. You can't miss 3 and 4 shots.
No.
because he is waiting to hit that headshot. You give him enough time, he's going to land it.
Yeah, a lot of headaches for you guys.
So I got to think we're going to see more of the same on this map. We watched a game earlier, didn't we, Says, where you know this is just kind of a map where you can run laps and get headshots, and that's going to suit JYB. I mean, almost kind of like a stalwart, but not quite that level.
It picks up the first belt, loses it quickly.
Oh, and that's what viperzz needs.
Yeah, viperzz with the first kill.
That's a confidence builder.
Yeah, like I said, get some momentum going early.
And the fact that JYB got that belt, but he was able to take it off of him, get that first kill, is going to be a nice boost, confidence boost for him. As he's going to try to leverage map control. Although I think JYB probably already got the armor.
He did. Picked up the armor, picked up a vial or two.
But again,
doesn't matter though.
viperzz aim. Oh, sneak attack from JYB in the alley.
Pretty good start again from viperzz.
JYB sneaking up around the back on viperzz. Let's see if he knows he's there.
I think this is smart. viperzz does need this next belt.
Belt is a bit delayed.
Oh.
JYB delayed
He had the
the
drop on JYB there, just didn't hit the shot.
armor is up.
JYB.
He's gonna run circles around the armor.
Yeah, he's leaving it because he already has a belt. So he doesn't really need
being
it.
aggressive here rather than feeling he has to assert map control. Oh, feeling it with that headshot, making it a 3 frag lead pretty quick.
Now he needs the armor.
Perhaps the mistake. Oh no, JYB did have viperzz.
Oh, he fell down. When did he get the kill? So he tied it up.
Mistakes turning into a good fortune for both these players in the past minute.
That belt's coming up too.
Yeah. Belt to viperzz, I think.
Hey, viperzz grabbing that.
Yeah. JYB got the armor and some vials.
Exciting first few minutes of this map. Of course, JYB winning map 1. Pretty sizably over viperzz. Doing a great job of keeping it neck and neck here. Although he's extremely low on health here, and you got to think that JYB is going to win this next exchange unless he gets lucky. He's waiting on this belt, which should be up soon, but is JYB going to find him?
Belt's still got about 20 seconds. It knows he's over here.
Finally tracks him down, puts viperzz down to take the lead again by 1. Ooh.
Belt should be coming up here. There it
Yeah,
is.
it's up.
JYB is there for it. He has it dialed in, so the next one will be up at 05. Both players should know that, so we'll see a showdown in about 45 seconds at that spot.
Armor's up all. Oh. JYB got the armor. And a kill there.
I do like the style JYB's using though. He gets kicked once, runs away, finds health. Doesn't stay in fight once he gets dinked.
7 HP on JYB. And he's getting killed now.
Yeah, I think he's realizing on this map that viperzz aim is heating up, and oh, nice peek corner shots there by viperzz, and wisely going for the help, but JYB has the spawn, knows he's there, and finishes him off before he can fill back up on health. That's a smart play by JYB to force the issue on the wounded viperzz.
Another nice shot there from JYB.
That's, I think, going to win JYB the belt.
Yep, got the belt there.
viperzz has the armor. JYB in the alley. viperzz knows it. Oh, he had the sneak attack and misses both shots. JYB makes him pay for it, but he did remove the belt.
He's really early for the belt.
And viperzz has
JYB on low
getting
HP.
the armor.
And he's going down.
You got
Nice
Look what
shot
I
there,
found,
man.
says viperzz. But JYB, he's doing.
there.
I gotta say, JYB's been doing a nice job of reading viperzz movements.
JYB's protecting his belt with his life.
He's almost conceding the armor.
I was gonna say he stopped going to armor as much as he was in the beginning and just sitting in belt.
Finally chooses to at least contest it. viperzz picks up the armor, but it does not matter. JYB puts him down with the quickness. Make it a 7 frag lead after viperzz had it neck and neck just a minute and a half ago. Gonna have to stop the bleeding here and then start making a push with the current pace of this game. Oh, and caught sleeping there by JYB. That's a mistake by viperzz, not keeping his crosshair on that corridor as JYB turns it into 2 frags to almost make it a 10 frag lead. I think it'll be the biggest of this map.
Picks up that belt, loses it quickly.
Yeah, that was gone so fast.
He almost lost it as soon as he picked it up.
Yeah.
JYB is feeling it.
Yeah, JYB stacking up with those files. It's on 169.
viperzz awareness right now just doesn't seem up to par. JYB's just popping shots and viperzz is turned the other direction.
And popping hats.
Oh, and finally viperzz ending JYB's spree.
JYB was just standing still there for a moment after he died. It's like, okay.
Runs into him again at the belt, wins the engagement. He's got to pick up some health. The belt will be up, I think, around the 13 mark, so about 10 seconds. JYB probably knows that as well, so you know he's going to be heading here. I was a little off on it. 19, viperzz picking it up. That's a good move by him. He needs to start making a move. JYB, the sneak attack.
That's a
from
nice
above.
attack there. Chopping down there.
That's why I hate walking through that hall.
That hallway is deadly.
You got nowhere to go if you get stuck in the middle of that.
Start calling it the
Stuck in the
alleyway of
middle.
death.
I'm just gonna call it suicide.
Oh, beautiful headshot from below on a peeking viperzz by JYB. viperzz doesn't necessarily. Yeah, see, JYB knows belt's not coming up, so he's just going to play possum with him a little bit. Does have a sizable lead at this point. Does not need to force the issue, and viperzz cannot locate JYB.
JYB is
Catches him.
on the belt now. Oh, nice, nice long range.
Belt comes up. Another one.
And it's interesting, viperzz is landing these surprising like 180 headshots, kind of the praise, but missing these opportunistic shots where he's, you know, come around a corner, JYB doesn't see him, he takes 2 shots, misses both, you know.
Kind of like we saw with Blackout yesterday, hitting impossible shots. Can't hit the shot that's sitting right in front of him.
Yeah, indeed. Just under 7 minutes remaining, and looking like it's going to be JYB moving on as he's maintaining his 10-plus frag lead, making that 14 there. Oh, but viperzz finally winning one. Getting the headshot from the low ground. Belt should be up shortly. viperzz losing time on it, desperately hoping it is coming up because he knows JYB will be lurking. Does get it at the 26-second mark.
JYB wasn't even going to contest him for it.
Perfectly content
Nice
to take the
headshot.
armor and do the ninja dodging headshot on viperzz.
Go for the belt when you can just take it off that quick.
Exactly. And if you're viperzz, you've got to be frustrated. I mean, you got that belt that you desperately wanted, and JYB just says, nope. I am the one.
Taking off your belt.
I will. You wait a minute for it, and I will remove it in 0.1 seconds. And at this point, I'm thinking, ooh, nice shot by viperzz. I'm thinking JYB looks, you know, he looks every bit that top seed that he is, but I don't know. Can he contend with some of the top 3, maybe 4 guys in this tournament? Does he have some holes? Have you seen any holes in this game? Says that perhaps a better player than viperzz, no offense, would exploit.
I don't know. Sometimes he just seems like he's too passive. If he goes down, I'd love to see how he reacts to that.
Yeah, perhaps hasn't been shaken yet in this tournament. Really been pressed. Oh, and he gets another ninja attack on viperzz.
It's easy to run around and be passive when you're up by 15, 16 frags. I want to see how he plays when he's down by 5.
That's a great point. And if he does move on, which it looks like he will, by the way this map is going, he'll have some tough players in his way on the way to the finals in this tournament. The talent pool gets whittled away at. viperzz picking up another desperately needed belt and finally leveraging that for a kill. JYB just lurking, coming through suicide and dies because of it. He aptly named by Sesko.
The only other thing I really see is he tends to give up portions of the map. He'll sit over by belt side, but then he won't go over near armor. And he'll just he's been letting viperzz have armor. Then if he sits at armor, he won't make an attempt at belt.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Perhaps that's something, you know, you could get away with. You're hitting a lot higher accuracy than your opponent, but you know, if you're gonna go up against, you know, some of the heavy hitters,
like I said,
might not work.
I was gonna say, I'd love to see what happens if he plays somebody like Rummy, who we saw yesterday, just runs lines.
Yeah.
From power up to power up,
shooting everything in his path.
Yeah.
Oh, and JYB opting for the sneak attack, hanging in an unconventional spot, catches Viper completely off guard. He's about to die, retreating through suicide, picking up health as quickly as he can. JYB closing the distance, cutting him off before he can make a move for belt. And he dodges off from the armor, does viperzz. Completely flustered here in the closing minutes of this map. JYB taking advantage. He's like a ghost to the viperzz at this point. He has no clue where he's coming from.
The one thing I do like about JYB's game, though, is he knows when to run. He won't sit in a fight if he knows it's one he can't win.
JYB seems deceptively versatile. Like he has a few tricks up his sleeve that maybe he's not employing at this point. We're approaching the 2.5 minute mark. It's a showdown at the armor. viperzz opting to retreat because he's low on health. And as we've seen thus far in this match, JYB's aim is hot. Maybe he also knew the belt was up. He does pick it up. Next one will be up at 35. He needs some health, though, because JYB, as we've seen, can remove that belt with the quickness. Oh, loses some of it, but gets the headshot on JYB. Another quick engagement at the belt, and JYB comes out on top with that one. And it's been pretty much the tail of the tape thus far. You know, JYB can respond to whatever viperzz doing. He'll get maybe 1 or 2 in a row, but then he quickly puts it into it because most of the engagements he's getting at least a hit off, you know, a hit or two. So even if he does have the belt, he's going to win that next engagement. As I think, was he idle there? viperzz just headshot a standing still JYB. Be scratching his butt or something.
I do think JYB excels more at close quarter maps. So something like Codex, Stalwart, Viridian, he's gonna be tough to beat at. It's maps like this where he's shown a little weakness. I mean, I can't say he's played a bad game at all, but if I had to find a flaw, that might be it. He doesn't seem as strong on the big open maps.
Perhaps maybe even like a deck.
Deck, a Leandre.
Yeah, for the more seasoned 1v1ers in this tournament, the guys who do, have the aim that can compete with JYB, but perhaps would employ the more tactical side of the game first. That against JYB.
I think if he matches up against somebody like a Blackout who's a deck specialist.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fear commenting yesterday how he didn't think there was maybe one person in the tournament that could beat Blackout on deck the way he was playing.
The way he played yesterday, I tend to agree.
Yeah, he was nailing some shots and really controlling the map as viperzz gets his consolation belt.
That's a good shot.
And a consolation deny headshot on the armor. Got to feel good about that one as he misses the dodge to head over to the elevator room. JYB going to take this one in 2 maps and move on to the quarterfinals. Kudos to viperzz. He started strong on this map, but JYB just kicked it into the next gear and won this one pretty comfortably.
When it's hard to come back when you go down by 15.
Good game
game
there.
well played out.
It was a very good game to watch.
And perhaps an even more anticipated game coming up next. Fear against Nuke.
I'm highly disappointed I have to miss this one.
Oh, yes, we will be losing Sezco. It is unfortunate, but you'll have to check out the replay. What happens.
I will
No
do
spoilers.
that when I get home.
No spoilers.
User joined your channel.
Yo,
Hello. Is that the Jibster?
that's Junkyard Boy.
Congratulations on the win.
I don't want to
Oh,
do post-game
thanks.
interviews with this guy.
Oh,
Did someone give this man a press
my-
pass?
my aim was a little off. And viperzz was just destroying me up close. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't beat him in one-on-one duels up close. If he was smart, he would have closed the distance on me.
We were commenting that it seemed like he was having a hard time keeping tabs on where you were at, whereas you seemed to almost always know where he was at. So, couldn't. And even a few times that he did catch you sleeping, where he'd come around a corner and you weren't seeing him, and he'd take a couple shots at you. He more often than not was missing those shots, and you just turned to kill him. Which
He was
You
missing,
know,
missing the easy shots, hitting the impossible shots.
yeah, like the up close 180 headshots on you. It's like he would land those, but then miss the wide open, you don't see him shots. That's
Yeah.
can't really have that. Because even if you said your aim was off, you were shooting pretty good.
You know what?
JYB.
It was, but I was making sure I wasn't missing the shots, and I had to distance myself from him because I was losing the battles up close.
Go idle 1 point at Rose.
Yeah, because he came
We see-
at
we
the
see you
belt,
just
I think.
standing still.
Why
He was
is your
standing next to
idol?
the belt. JYB was he had an itch or something.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. One of the things that I want to comment on is power-ups are, they're a little overrated, and a lot of people get obsessed over them in Sniper, and it causes, you just going for a power-up, you're just, risking dying, when realistically a power-up, all that really does is, it saves you from getting one extra headshot. All it takes is 2 headshots, you're dead. I don't care if you have belt. I don't care if you have armor. Or if you have thigh pads.
We've
I mean-
commented on most of the matches that it's like more often than not, the guys with the good aim, it doesn't really matter who has the armor or the belt. You can power through it because you're spawning with a 150 damage machine in your hand. With the headshot box the size that it is, and the fact that you don't have to find a gun in this format.
Yeah,
It's all it is really a driving force for the engagements. Like it makes people fight over something.
It does, it
Really.
does. And you know what? I think it's if you're not contesting them, then yeah, up against like people with two equal aims, the guy with the stronger, the weaker aim is in trouble because he's gonna have to do more damage, right? But
Right.
I think it goes more to that too. You know, contesting it's one. One thing is also like I would just let him grab it on Rose, and I said, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna bother contesting it because he's gonna be in position, and I'm just gonna risk losing a death just for what? Like so he can get belt and kill me. Like I'll just forfeit the belt, maybe pick up some armor and a vial, and
Right.
I'm good to go."
Yeah, and there are some, you know, power-up locations on certain maps that you can just use for baiting. You know, we watched a couple deck matches where, you know, people were just baiting the belt rather than necessarily going for it all the time. I want to point out in chat, Chris and iPod chat, Stalwart's Armor is another good example of that. We saw.
It is. Stalwart's a very bait. Like it's honestly Stalwart's one of those armors that's like probably the hardest ones to grab, and
It's almost at that point you're getting cocky if you're picking it up, you know. It's
yeah,
like you
yeah,
got keg, you just headshot the guy a couple times. I'm just gonna do and pick up the armor.
absolutely, man. You got to be like super like um I don't know.
either confident or desperate. I mean, it seems that those are the really only smart scenarios where you should be going for that armor because you're so vulnerable trying to get to it. And it's just the whole risk reward thing. It's a whole lot of risk for not really much reward because that armor, what does it
Ex-
afford you? Maybe a body shot, maybe. Talk about the guys you're going after, just probably gonna headshot you anyways.
Exactly. Honestly, I think a perfect example was watching Sonic versus Josh in the first round. If I don't think you got a chance to spectate that game, but Josh never picked up a single power up. Not a single power up. He actually he actually ignored them. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. He did actually accidentally grab the armor once, and this is deck 16. And he was playing Sonic, and the game was within 5 the whole way through.
Wow, she's just out muscling him for the most part, and Sonic able to eke it out with the power ups. I don't know. Saw him
Yeah,
get out aimed by
I mean,
finals.
I feel like the power ups. One of the things that you're gonna know is like I knew what viperzz was doing all the time. He's gonna go for the belt, or he's gonna go for the armor. You know, it's like okay, I know his route, so you know I'm just gonna play one step ahead and cut him off and get some good angles on him because I think that's ideally how you're gonna get the kill versus the players, getting the better angle.
Right, right. More advantageous position, and also, you know, if you can, having the more health, more armor.
And
Nonetheless, he was definitely a challenge. You know, he got a couple killing springs on me, and uh, he was good. He was really good up close. His aim was pretty crazy. So
Yeah, he hit some pretty surprising, quick, fast twitch shots on you up close.
his up close aim is unreal. I tried actually going head to toe with him up close. I couldn't. So then I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna lose
just
at this rate.
play at distance.
I had to play to my advantage. I mean, that's what I had to do because he was good. He was definitely really good. I'm gonna be more concerned next round when I play Shots or Kyle. I'm guessing it's gonna be Kyle.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. You know, we've got that match, which was supposed to happen today, but Kyle told me earlier that I think Shots had like some bad thunderstorms or something where he was at, so they're playing tomorrow.